Alright? Yeah. Okay. I hope somebody comes to hang out with me. I am just gonna chill and do my makeup to get ready to film Swipe Talk. I wonder if I'm loud enough too. Oh, someone's here. Hello. Good morning, wherever you are in this world. I just figured I'd sit and hang out with you guys. I don't know if like you, the person that's in here, saw my community post. But I just wanted to hang out whilst I did my makeup to get ready to film for the show. But I'm unsure as to what to do now because I'm like, okay, should I just talk about whatever I want to talk about? Hello to the two people in here. Do you want to hop into the little chat thing and tell me what you want to talk about or what's on your mind or anything like that? Because I feel like it's mad weird to like just be sitting here and then just talking about whatever I want to talk about if there's someone else that's here enjoying this time with me, you know? But I am getting ready to film for Swipe Talk. It took me forever to figure out how to even get on the live because I didn't know that you had to like be on a different browser in order to do it. So I was just sitting here looking dumb trying to do it on Safari, and you literally can't do it from Safari. But who freaking knew? So that's been well, I actually got up pretty early this morning. I got a good start on the morning, so that was fun. Um, I feel like I'm getting so flustered. I don't know. I'm easily able to like do most things, like get on camera and just talk and like be myself. But then like on the live, I'm like, hey, what's going on, guys? Um, but yeah, this morning I actually got a pretty good start in the morning. I am a little late because one, I didn't know that you had to have Chrome in order to get on live stream. So I had to switch over and like do this whole thing. It was rather much. So did that. And then a video will be up today, actually. So that's nice. I get asked a lot about my makeup routine. So I was just going to show you guys how I go through that process. And I feel like I'm just not on here a lot being myself, just like as a person. So I want to do that more because I feel like we go live for Swipe Talk and I feel like I just show a lot more of my personality on my other platforms. So you might not necessarily like ever see me be myself without all the editing and such. So today's video for Swipe Talk is going to be about like just our classic DM kind of setup. So we're going to be reacting to DMs, but we're going to be doing so with like a turkey holiday theme. I don't know. Oh, that's embarrassing. I don't know how my producer is going to work that one out to get this to be like a holiday theme, but I'm excited for that. I'm always excited to film for the show because it's just like a really nice time to just laugh and do the most with myself and my co-host. So I'm gonna do that, and then today's video, since you guys are like in the little live, you'll have a sneak peek at the fact that today the video going up is a vlog of last week. So that as long as I am done with my makeup in a decent amount of time, that should be up at 4 o'clock. I'm really hoping that it will be. So now you know what is going up on the channel today as well. I've also recently changed up my brow routine like a whole heck of a lot, and I don't know how anybody feels about it, but I really love it but it does definitely take me a lot longer. You know what though? We should talk about, okay, forget everything else. We should talk about like pop culture things. What pop culture things do we want to talk about? So everyone that's like in and out of the live, I please encourage you to add to the conversation in the little chat box, so that I can kind of know what you guys are into right now. Like, what are we into? Ooh, okay. Fun fact: I haven't watched Insecure in like 3 seasons. It's been so long since I've seen it. My friend actually called me to like have an Insecure watch party, and I unfortunately could not participate because I refused to have a show ruined for me. Like, I'm not one of those people that can know exactly what happens and then still enjoy it all the same. Like, I cannot do that. So I promised myself that I would catch up on it since it is in its last season. So I'm excited to restart Insecure. And then there's a new movie on Netflix that I'm excited to watch for once. It's the one with the girl from, or the actress from Hush, the one that looks like strangely like Angelina Jolie, like exactly like Angelina Jolie. I think it's called like, it's something about like it's like a mind game psychological thriller kind of thing. So that looks cool. And then, okay, unpopular opinion, because I know that every person breathing has watched it. Squid Games. Squid Games. Um, I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was like the best thing that I've ever seen in my whole entire life. Like, I thought it was okay. I mean, I thought it was a solid show, and it was interesting, but I don't know. I think it broke like Netflix's record for like the most streamed show ever in the history of Netflix, and I'm just like, okay. I mean, like it was good, but I don't know if it was like the most streamed show. Like, I don't want to even say worthy because it was a really good show. I just guess I just didn't expect for it to be like that, you know. Um, but the people loved it. I thought it was cool. I thought that there was some like plot holes in it, and I've also seen other series like that that are just as good, if not better, that did not get half the recognition that Squid Games got. So I don't really know why that was. But do you know something that actually got all the recognition it deserved? Freaking shoot, clickbait. Oh baby, clickbait was so freaking good. I can't even take it. It was so good, so good. Like all of the how everyone's always talking about like diversity and like wanting shows to be more diverse and such, and a show that actually did it well and actually did it right, hands down, for sure, clickbait. And even like the um concept of it was just so like, I had never seen anybody do something like that before, or any show be produced like that before. Sorry, let me make sure I get eyeliner together while I'm talking. Okay, because I was really trying it with trying to talk and do my eyeliner. Oh, I guess I have to do have to do the same thing on this side too. I wish you could also play music on a live, but you definitely can't because of copyright things. I just feel like it's so awkward that I'm just sitting here doing my eyeliner. Shout out to you, the one person that I'm gonna assume that you've been here since the very beginning. Shout out to you. So I'm not so lonely sitting here. But it was, like I said before, like just really important to me to stop coming on here and stop being so stop pussyfooting around, and actually like take risks on YouTube because I'm like, if I do this live stream, then no one's gonna come. And it's like, okay, sure, but like you have to try. So I need to practice what I preach. And I'm always telling others to take risks and to do that whole thing. And then I'm so safe sometimes with the things that I do, especially my content. So I hope that I'm able to do this again. And I hope that like this is enjoyable at all for you. Okay, tea. I'll give you some tea since we're just gal pals chatting here. So I'm about to film an upcoming video on. It's going to be a story time on some of my worst Tinder date experiences. And I might as well just talk about them because we're two gal pals chatting. So the one guy, I should have known that something was wrong from how fine he was. His profile was so fine. Okay, so fine. And I was like, ooh, I really hit a jackpot. Like, here we go. He is real fine. But something that my co-host has always pointed out is like, if they're not verified, then they might be a catfish. And I'm like, well, what does it matter if they're verified or not? So I took this risk on this fine man and we ended up matching. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're in love. Like we go together. Amazing. So I matched with this guy. And that's when it really started to settle into me. Like, I don't think that this is right. Like, he's a little too fine to be not to be real, but he's a little too fine. And then like I'll show his profile in the video when it comes out. Um, but he was just a little too fine. But I put it past him. I put it right on past him. I was just watching a story time about someone's like bad Tinder experience by a local black child. And every 2 seconds, she was like, I put it past him because he's fine. I feel the exact same way. Like I put it past him because he then pictures was given. Okay. So I let him get away with the fact that he was far too fine to have the profile that he had. And so I ended up sliding into his DMs, which I never do. And I was like, hey, something, 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 something. And he responded and he was like, well, that was a little corny, but what's up with you? Can I get your number? Like immediately, can I have your number? And I was like, first of all, my line wasn't corny. Never that. I was annoyed. I was insulted by the fact that he would say that my line was quote corny. So um, he said, can you have my number? And that is a big rule that I haven't maintained, that I do not give out my number to people on the internet. I'm not doing it. So I tell him, like, yeah, I usually don't give out my phone number to people on the internet. And I don't even know if he responded. I'm actually unsure as to like what he said to that, but again, it just wasn't sitting right with me how fine he was and the fact he asked for my phone number immediately. So what do I do? Like the sleuth I am, I screenshot his picture and reverse image search it on Google because I had no other option. Like he gave me no other option but to reverse image search his picture. So I reverse image search his picture and the first two things that came up, boom, found the real guy. I forget what the real guy's name is, but I found his Facebook first and then his Instagram second. And just as I freaking suspected, he was a like fitness influencer with like hella followers, probably like 250,000 followers. And I was like, I'm like, I am on Catfish. Like, call up Neve and Camilla. Is it Camilla? I think that's the new host name. I haven't watched it since the new host got on there. I'm like, call up Neve and Camilla and get me on the show because this man really just tried to catfish me. And then I got mad that he was a catfish. So I DM'd him and I was like, what's your goal here? Like, what are your intentions here? And he didn't say anything at all. He just, no. Actually, he did say something, but he did not address what I said. So I clearly knew that he was a catfish and he knew that I knew that he was a catfish, but he tried to play like he did not, which is whatever, I guess. Like some people, when you get caught in a lie, you're just like, well, I'm gonna just have to see this through, my boy. So he decided to see it through and was like, oh, I'm trying to like wife you up and make you my something, something, something. I'm like, so you want me to be your sex slave? So that's what you want. Like, I'm confused. So he said that. And I decided, like, you know what? Like, maybe I can get this catfish to like come out of it. Like, maybe this will be good content for the show. So I asked him a question, I think I asked him, like, so wait, where did you get your, because he said that he was like a personal trainer, a massage therapist, and like a handful of other things. And I was like, oh, okay, so like, where'd you train to get your massage therapy license? Or like, how long have you been living in Atlanta? Or like something like that to like where he would have to continue on with his lies that he told me. But then he never responded. And I just feel like even to this day, like what was your purpose? Like anybody that is like a real life catfish, I truly do not understand like what your purpose is, especially if you are trying to actually meet somebody one day. I really don't understand. Like what are you gonna get out of this? Because like you've effectively started your relationship on a lie. And who wants to be in a relationship with a liar? um So I don't know. I really don't know what happened with that guy. And I never got any closure on it. I'm like, I'm so hurt. He played with my feelings and with my emotions, and I want closure. But I would have liked to like talk to the catfish and like pick the catfish's brain, but they weren't having it. And then when I was in preparing to film this video today, I went back or I tried to go back to the messages and they had deleted or deactivated the profile. So I'm like, okay, so one too many people called you out for being a catfish, or maybe they just moved on to a different person. Who knows? But it was just kind of scary. Oh, thank you. Kyler said that my show is so good. Thank you, Kyler. That's what I'm actually like getting ready to film for. I didn't think that anybody from Swipe Talk like really knew me on YouTube. Like I feel like those audiences are so separate. But it is nice to see that somebody watches the show and enjoys the show. I appreciate that. Okay, so I'm gonna try. I haven't tried this before, but a brand sent it over to me. The brand Merit sent it over to me. And this is kind of wild. I tried following the show on on hold and found your live. Oh, on YouTube and found your live instead. Ah, well, there you go. Because I was about to say, Kyler, I don't think that you are exactly my target demographic for my YouTube channel because it's mostly about like hair and self-care and all that good stuff. And then makeup by Rena said, hey, my first time here. Girl, hey, first of all, hey. Second of all, me too. My first time here too. So I've just been kind of sitting here just talking my ass off, just hoping that like people join in and like actually pop stuff into the live. So I actually really appreciate it because I've just been talking, me and the one person that have been here since the beginning. I've just been talking out of my ass, but I am actually getting ready to film for the show. I've said that a handful of times, but to you, especially Kyler, I am getting ready to film for the show. But this foundation is nice. It's very the coverage is actually pretty good on it. It's very skin-like, so that's nice. LOL, you're right, but your vibe is cool, so I'm gonna subscribe for the lives. Oh, thank you. This is literally my very first live, but we actually go live every Wednesday, either on Swipe Talks Instagram or on Swipe Talks TikTok. Isabella and myself go live over on there. Oh my gosh, I'm so overwhelmed. There's like 3 people talking to me, and I'm like, I'm a celebrity. God, what do I do now with my celebrity status? Keisha said, Hiya. Hey, Keisha. Thank you so much for coming onto this live with me and hanging out with me. But yeah, I am, like I said, getting ready to film for the show. The show shoots at 1 o'clock. It is currently 1:50. Sorry, it's my work phone. Currently 11:50, so I got a little bit of time, but also I'm effing starving and my stomach is touching my back. So yeah. And then Rena, what show? I have a show on Snapchat called Swipe Talk. It is all about dating in this like new age online kind of world, and what that entails. And it is called Swipe Talk. Dude, me whenever I go live, like, who are these people talking to me? And it's like 2 people exactly. I'm like, oh my god, official celebrity status. Like, I understand Gwyneth Paltrow, and why would I name Gwyneth Paltrow out of literally all of the celebrities I could have named? I name Gwyneth Paltrow. Amazing, cool, love that for us. I feel like I'm warming up too. I feel like we're actually friends. And I'm like, oh my gosh, me and the 3 people that cared to sit on live with me at noon on a Wednesday, best friends. The 7 best friends that anybody could have, you and us. um, but yes, Miss Rena. The show is kind of crazy at times, but we're actually starting to expand it a little more into talking about like just things that like we don't have like personal experience with because we are 2 heterosexual cis women. So there's so many topics that we just have no experience with. So we have been starting to branch out and get guests that can kind of help shed light on different topics, and just help us out to talk about other things in the dating world besides the perils of straight people. Because I'm pretty sure we've heard enough about that in this life, in every single movie in which it is represented, in every single facet of life, and what we've all grown up with to know as like quote unquote normal, you know? I think we've had a little bit of enough of that. So we are purposefully, this is too small. This is too small and childish. I apologize. We are purposefully trying to step out of our comfort zone as a show and just do more and talk about more. So that has been quite wonderful. But today we're doing good old DMs, but we're always 3 weeks ahead of time. So right now we're filming this and you guys will see it right before Thanksgiving. Rena said, I met my boyfriend on Facebook and we've been together for 5 years. Dang, Rena. Um, oh, Oh, Miss Amber's in here. Hey, Miss Amber. She works with well, she used to work with my mom. I'm gonna tell her that I don't know how you hopped on here, Miss Amber's, but hey girlfriend, I hope that everything in your life is going well. You know, I tell my mom that you're her second daughter, or like you were her favorite daughter, because for a while there, I just really it was giving it was giving very much I love Amber more than all of you girls combined. So shout out to you, Amber. And then Rena, so online dating is pretty cool. It is pretty cool, but I also feel like it can be whatever you want it to be, honestly. And I also feel like there is this like stigma against online dating, and people are ashamed to say that they met on the dating apps. But it's completely okay to say that you met on a dating app. It's completely okay to say that you met on Facebook. Like that's fine. Like the only people that like really care are the people that are like, I'm too good for dating apps and I want to find love the old fashioned way. Okay, cool, Regina. But the problem with that is that a lot of us are working from home at the moment because of COVID. Oh, shoot. I'm trying to mix 2 powders and then just made a mess, but we're going to make it work. A lot of us are working from home right now, and we don't have the luxury to be like, "Ugh, I want to meet out at a coffee shop where I exit the coffee shop and then we run into each other and then my coffee spills and you help me pick it up and then we looked at each other in the eyes and then fell in love." Like, I know that's a very specific kind of story, but I feel like that's the kind of thing that's like hyped up to us growing up. Like, it's like that's the only true way that love can happen, and I just don't think that that's true, you know. Yes, online dating absolutely makes all the sense in the world at this point. Like, you please tell me, when am I meeting somebody? When am I meeting somebody? Like, am I meeting them when I am at home for all these days out of the week doing YouTube, doing swipe talk, doing my other projects? Are they my mailman? Because my mailman doesn't even come to my door. So how am I supposed to meet this love of my life if I don't do it online at this point? Um, Rena said, "Yep, it allows you to meet people from basically anywhere." Absolutely, absolutely. Keisha said, "Exactly." And then Kyler said, "How did you get your job on Swipe Talk? If you want to share." So I actually got the job from my YouTube channel. I had filmed a YouTube video called "My Worst First Date Ever," and the producer for the show at the time was looking to cast the co-host because my co-host Isabella, she had been picked out from the very beginning, so they always knew that she was gonna be on the show, and they couldn't find anybody to match or like compliment her energy. So in my head, I was like, oh, like the girl must be like super chill, like they must want somebody wild and out there in order to make this show. Until I got on to the so okay, the way that the interview process worked is that I interviewed with the executive producer slash owner of the company, and then I also interviewed with the producer that reached out to me, and they liked me, so they were like, okay, let's push you onto a chemistry call with the who would be your other host. Child, I got on that chemistry call. I said, oh, so I'm the boring one. Okay, cool, 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 cool. I'm the boring one. Absolutely, absolutely. So, um, Isabella, if you guys watch the show, is a handful. She is a personality. She is a handful. And I know that I am. And if you guys like consistently watch me on YouTube, then you know that I have a personality on me. But that girl gives me a run for my money, you know? So yeah, that is how I got the job, Kyler. I'm not even, and then Keisha, I think she might be, oh, Kyler, you're welcome for sharing. And then I think Keisha was talking about dating. I'm not even sure how this meta new Facebook thing will work, but I think it will be a vibe for dating if I'm getting the meta thing correctly. I've heard that Facebook kind of has a, what's it called? A dating thing. I have not been on there, and I've tried a few different places, especially for the show. Child, I'm on damn Plenty of Fish. I literally have a profile on Plenty of Fish just because, like, I want to know, like, if the people are crazy over there. But I went through my like 150 DMs yesterday, and no one said anything crazy. It was a bunch of like, hi, hello, trying to get to know you. Hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello, hi, hello. And I'm like, that's not swipe talk content worthy. Like, someone say something crazy so I can put this to my producer and put you on the internet. But no one has said anything crazy so far. But Facebook dating, I have not ventured into quite yet to truly understand it. Is it okay, Keisha? When you say meta, what is the what's the thing about meta? How does that work? How are they selling it to the people as a meta? Carly said, haha, that's so chill though. Not being the interesting one all the time. Yeah, babes. Yeah, babes. Because Isabella, baby, she is the interesting one. I'm like, we are literally at all times fighting each other, like to get in edgewise. Like, that's why it can be a little difficult for guests to come on the show because me and Isabel are so like, so the guests are probably sitting there like, so you have to really be able to hold your own in order to guest with both of us. That's why generally one of us is in an episode and not both of us is in a guest episode, because I can see how it could be a little overwhelming. Hey, Kristen. I went to college with Kristen. We were in acting school together, or performing arts school, or we got our BFAs together in college. I don't know if you guys knew that that's how I got my start. That's why when I got the email for Swipe Talk, I thought it was sex trafficking. Hear me out. I thought it was sex trafficking because how would they possibly know that I that would like be a perfect fit for me, like to be on camera and like to have a show that comes out every week, hanging out with the people. I was just like, okay, so they want to kill me. But then I decided, they can't kill you through a Zoom meeting. So I was like, take the meeting, Simone. And it was the best decision I ever made in my life. Oh, Rena, are you talking? Rena said I got some weird DMs on there. I'm assuming that you're talking about Plenty of Fish, or are you talking about Facebook? And then Keisha said, well, I think they advertise it as an avatar thing. So you interact with people. Well, no. So you interact with people and you have your own world, so to speak, like Sims? Like Sims? Like, is this Sims? Okay, am I misunderstanding you? Black Mirror vibes, but I like it. Wait, okay, Keisha, can you give us the tea? Are you actually like on there? Are you on the Facebook meta place? Yeah, like Sims. Oh, wow. So wait, I got a couple questions. Oh, okay. So Keisha's not on there. Keisha's like, no, don't play with me. I am not on the Sims Facebook. Okay. But I really want to understand, like, okay, so we're like on here, we're talking as Sims, it's cool, it's fun, it's fresh. But then what if like Sim Jason is like, hey, Teresa, I really have enjoyed our time together as Facebook avatar Sims. Do you want to meet? Is that how it works? And then they're like, yeah. And then are you just like meeting this person, like hoping that they give what needs to be given in person and they look the way that they need to look? And that's something that I also get stuck on is looks. I know it gets me into not a lot of trouble, but looks are important to me. And I find myself doing dumb things. Like you guys missed the catfish story at the beginning. I'm going to retell the catfish story since there's more of us in this live to laugh at the catfish story. So you guys get a sneak preview as to what video I'm filming today. So it should be out in the next couple of weeks. Someone tried to catfish me on Tinder, and he was just so fine. Like when I matched with him, I was just like, okay, so you're my husband, we're boyfriend, girlfriend, we go together, we're like this. So I matched with him and I was like, he's a little too fine. Like he's a little too fine. And then to add insult to injury, I DM'd him first. So I DM'd him and I said something like clever and cool, like the clever, cool girl I am. And he replied with like, that was corny, LOL, but something, something. I said, never corny, babes. Never corny, babes. I'm actually witty, funny, and perfect. Never corny, babes. But I let him get away with it because he was so fine. I'm gonna flip his picture on my phone. Oh yeah, we're getting wild. We're getting wild, guys. I should have known. I should have known. And as soon as I show this little picture, y'all's gonna be like, nah, Simone. And I know, I'm aware. But he was just real fine. And I could not, I was like, girl, let me go ahead and pull up this little picture. Where is my albums? Screenshots. Okay. Rewind. Rewind. Hold on. I was just looking at the screenshots yesterday. This is embarrassing. Okay, this is embarrassing. Why? Where are the screenshots of the man? Oh, this is embarrassing. Screen record. Screen recording. Okay, my friend is in the corner, so don't mind. But baby, baby. Let me replay it in case y'all didn't see it. Oops. Girl, stop playing on me. And that's when I should have known. And that's when I should have known. How many photos did he have? He had like 5 or 6. Yes, Keisha, he's fine, very fine. And I was like, oh, okay, so we're together. Do you see why I thought that we were together? Like I thought that we were, because I feel like if you that fine and you match with me, it's because you want to be my boyfriend. So I was like, you know what? Since he made the second move by matching with me, like I'll slide in. Yes, Miss Amber, Matthew was fine. Okay. So I was like, yeah. I'm gonna slide in and I'm gonna tell him about how we're in love. And then he said that what I said was corny, and that's when I knew red flag number 7. He said I was corny, and I was just like, I could never be corny. So we started talking, and the first thing he did was ask for my number. And I said, hey friend, are you at work? My friend Jamelia just hopped in here. Hey friend. I knew friend would be in here. Friend could be anywhere and is gonna be around to support me. Let me tell you that. Shout out to you. She also has a YouTube channel. If you click on her name, Jamelia, you can also find her YouTube channel. Shout out to you, love you, friend. But we started talking, and the first thing that he did was ask me for my number. And I don't give out my number to random people on the internet. I'm not doing it. So I told him, like, yeah, this is a little soon. Like, I sent you one message and then you replied and called me corny. I don't think that like this is the love connection that you thought it was. I think I was telling him that and me that. So I told him that, and he responded by saying something that just like wasn't giving. I don't remember exactly what he said, but it wasn't giving. And I was just like, okay, so something's wrong. So what did I do? Like the detective I am, I screenshot his pictures and reverse search them on Google Images. And lo and behold, who profiled and popped up on Google Images as like some fitness influencer? First, their Facebook page popped up. And then from their Facebook page, I was able to find their Instagram. And child, Matthew is a fitness influencer that live in Florida. Matthew is a fitness influencer that live in Florida, y'all. Matthew was really trying to get me, child. He was really trying to get me. But yeah, once I figured that out, I was upset. And I was just like, I don't understand why catfishes do this, because like what's your end goal here? Like what 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 was gonna happen here? Like you were gonna, and then when I asked him what his intentions were, because I think I DM'd him back and I was like, okay, Matthew. Like I put his name in quotes so that he would know. That's what I did. To the one person that's probably been on this live this entire time, I forgot that when I called him out, I put his name in quotes the second time around. And he didn't even respond to the fact that I put his name in quotes. Like clearly, like you've been caught. I caught you. Like he didn't even peep. If y'all know what movie that is from, it's not a happy movie either, but I always remember that specific line. I wonder if anybody else want to. Not me finding this out at the same time as everyone else. I'm sorry, friend. I did forget to tell you about when we be talking to because we don't talk for like 7 years, and then when we do talk, we be having to talk about everything. I did forget to tell you about this, but it's because I caught him and I tried to call him out on it, and he was not taking the bait, and that was insulting even more because I was just like, how dare you catfish me and then not take the bait for us to talk about how you catfish me? Carla said, he's so dense for missing the quoted name. Just kept talking to me as if I didn't try to call him out. So then it made me switch up my tactic, and I was like, okay, you know what? Let me try to act like we gonna be together. So I was like, anyways, Matthew, what's up with you and me? And I don't remember what he said. Like he was talking to me like we were just like in a regular conversation. And then he just stopped messaging me back. And so then I double messaged him and I was like, hey, I thought that we were in love. And I didn't exactly say that, but I messaged him again and I was like, hello, 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 hello. And he never responded. And then when I just went to look for the messages in my DMs on Tinder, it was gone. Girl, not you scamming the catfish. Yes, Kristen Chad. I was trying to get him. I was trying to draw him out. If he wanted to come onto the show too, he could do that too, for all I care. I'm putting on so much blush. Y'all can't tell because it looks more washed out on camera. I am putting on so much blush. But you know what? Here we are. But yeah, child, I was trying to scam the scammer because I could not believe that he tried to do that to me. What if because I was dazzled by how fine he was, that I gave him my number. And then what if he sex trafficking? Serial killer. What if? And I guess it would have been my fault technically for giving my number to a catfish. But I mean, like, he was so fine. Friend, I'm gonna send you the screen recording because I did show it on that. You know, let's Matthew too fine. Let's show Matthew again, child. My friend Aaron in the corner, so just ignore that. Look at this man. Oh wait, I'm gonna restart the video. Look at how fine this man is. Y'all stop playing with me. But I did find his Instagram, and he is short. That is something to consider. I'm not saying that it's not short men for the win. I'm not saying that, but I am saying he's short. But he also has like 250,000 followers, and he looks the way that he looks. So, I love smaller lives. There's such a vibe. I know. I feel like we're like really chilling here. Like I'm like really excited to be hanging out, and I like am taking my time. I'm literally done with my makeup, and I'm just like, because I'm actually like having a good time with you guys, like hanging out and chatting. Does anybody else want to contribute a crazy story so that I don't look so dumb for having a man catfish me, low key? But I didn't end up getting catfished. I was trying to reel him in so that I could use him for content for the show, for personal content, for YouTube content. Babes, I was trying to squeeze all the content I could out of him. All of it. Okay? But I could not. It didn't work out. Oh, and then there was another guy that he didn't technically catfish me. I'm ruining this entire story time. When y'all see it, just know that when all 11 of you see this story time, just act like you're hearing it for the first time. So the other guy, he was actually super cute, like really, really cute. And okay, so I mentioned short before, right? So I can usually spot a short guy because I do like taller men. And I don't want to ever lead anybody on because that is just what I like. I'm attracted to taller men. So I usually can spot a short guy in his profile because I'll look for like how tall you are in proximity to other things, like your background, how like high does the table, like if you're standing next to a table, where does your hip align with the tabletop, like stuff like that. So I can really tell how tall you are, especially if you don't have any pictures with other people. But this guy, like, there were no signs that he was on the shorter side. He was just really cute. So I ended up matching with him, and first red flag. And when I knew that I couldn't take the relationship seriously, we were talking, like planning our date. I matched with him on a Monday, and he had already asked me to go out by like a Wednesday, which is fine because I'm not really super into like talking for 1,000 years on the apps. Like I'm okay with just like meeting you in a public place in person. Okay, and then Kyler said that he didn't think that the Matthew guy looked short in the pictures. He didn't look short in the pictures. He only looked short. I only realized he was short on his Instagram because of his proximity to other people and when he was standing next to other people. Now the Brandon guy, we were chatting and we were trying to plan our date, and something about past relationships had come up. And so I asked him like, oh, okay, so when was your last relationship? We had matched on a Monday. We were chatting on a Wednesday. My man's dead ass texted me and was like, I broke up with my girlfriend on Sunday. Let that sink in, guys. He broke up with his girlfriend on Sunday. Made a Tinder. Made a Tinder. Made a Tinder. Made a Tinder the same day or the next morning or the next day because I matched with him on Monday night and was ready to go on a date with me by Wednesday. Child, stop playing on me. Stop playing with me. So that's when I knew. When he told me that, I was like, oh, so we're not going to be serious. Like, I'm going to go on this date for content. And that's when I was super like, hell yeah, we can go out. I get to chill with a potential catfish. And keep in mind, I got the show because of a wild dating story time. So I was like, hell yeah, I'm going to go on this little date. So we plan to go to this one place, and I get there first. I don't know how I managed to get there first because I'm always late to everything. Oh yeah, Vampy. You heard me correctly. Matched with me 2 days after he matched with. If he broke up with his girlfriend, made the Tinder profile the same day. So I meet him at the place, and I got there first. Don't know how I managed to do that, but I got there first, and we ended up deciding not to stay at the place that we were at. So I get up to leave, and in order to meet him where he was in the restaurant, I had to walk up like these really, really uneven stairs. So I was looking down to watch my step because I knew he was standing at the top of the stairs because I saw him from far back. So I was looking down at my feet. And then when I looked up and met him at the top landing, I'm looking at him eye to eye. I'm 5'2". I was wearing Air Forces with like the Sage Low ones, the ones with the platform. I was wearing platform Air Forces, and I was looking him dead in his eyes. And his first words to me were, "Here's your catfish." And I was like, the shit I will do for content, man. The things I will do for content. Because a normal person would have just got up and walked out. But me, I was like, oh, game on. So he said that he was my catfish because he was a lot shorter. He like definitely finessed his pictures. And then when I went back through and looked at his entire profile after we were done with the date, he knew that he was a short guy. He was very aware of it. He brought it up multiple times on the date. And something that we talk about on Swipe Talk is like, if you're a shorter guy, do not talk about your height as if it's like a disability. Like, it's okay to be a shorter person. Like, that's fine. But don't talk about like anything that you have insecurity about. Don't like frame it like, oh, I'm so insecure about X, Y, and Z. Don't frame it like that. Just be yourself and just have that be a part of you. And the things that you're the most insecure about is something that other people probably don't notice at all. So he brought up the fact he was short multiple times, and then the date was like fine, I guess, except for the fact that we started talking about astrology because I'm actually very into astrology. I used to make more astrology content when I first started my channel. But I feel like it's become so colloquialized and like people get very annoyed when you talk about science. So I'm very selective as to when I bring it up and who I bring it up with. So I asked him what his sign was, and he was a Leo. And we started talking about that, but then he was like, I'm into science, but I'm also into I don't know exactly what it's called, but it's like the study of the fact that like blood can determine personality type 2. And I'm always down for a good chat about things. And then Keisha, I'm a Pisces. I'm a Pisces sun, a Pisces moon, a Pisces Mars, a Pisces Mercury. My entire chart is Pisces. I only have like a handful of placements outside of that, but all my significant placements are all in Pisces. If you guys are in that deep into astrology that you understand like birth charts and such, yeah. Yes, Amber, a little Napoleon. Yeah. Oh, Danny. Hey, Danny. Hey, girlfriend. I went to college with Danny. But yeah, child. So we was on our little date, And he said that there was like this thing that basically is like the thought that your personality could be determined by your blood type. And because I am a water sign, I'm very like, you don't say, like with conspiracy theories and like just different out of the box things. I'm interested. Like I'm in it. Like let's talk about it. Like cool. Ciao. He tells me about that whole like theory and then proceeds to pull out a PowerPoint presentation that he had done on the subject multiple times throughout our date. Multiple times throughout our date. He pulled out a PowerPoint presentation and I was just like, oh, a PowerPoint. Because that's what I want on a date is a professional PowerPoint where you have Queen Elizabeth, Barack Obama, and I don't know other people. Because okay, because this is a pretty common conspiracy theory that like everyone that's like royal or like a president, like they can all be traced back to common ancestry. And that's why a lot of presidents are like RH negative or RH positive. I forget which one. I heard that conspiracy theory and I'm interested in hearing it. Like just because like you may not believe in something or like it might be kind of far-fetched to you. Like I am always down to hear what you got to say. So it was fine. I was fine to listen. Up until the damn PowerPoint, child. I said, babes. Babes. He pulled out that PowerPoint and I said, I don't think this is gonna, If doing too much with a person, maybe like a third date. And then also like, it also really showed me that he was clearly out of the practice of dating. Because if you're a human being with a pulse that's been on this earth dating for more than like 2 minutes, then it's probably a no-no to bring out a PowerPoint on the first date. Keep in mind, we weren't like at a restaurant. We were at like a lounge, like smoking hookah, music loud as hell, like having to yell and be like, what just said? Oh, Queen Elizabeth, do you say? Screaming over the music. Child. Only me. But you know what? I don't even think that's that wild. In like the grand scheme of things, I don't even think that's that wild. Like that is one of my most memorable dating experiences. But he also like wasn't a bad guy. That's also the thing. Like I still feel bad. I'm gonna make this video. Like notes are already typed, babes. Like the video is getting made. So the video's gonna be made, but it doesn't stop me from being able to acknowledge the fact that like he is a nice guy. Kyler said, "Love learning, but when it turns into a lecture, and for what?" It was giving very much welcome to my classroom. Keisha said, "Dating is a skill." Ah, bless him, it is. Vampy Bampy said, "Messed up my guy with the PowerPoint." Child, let me just tell you. And then it would be different if like he pulled it out like once. No, he pulled it out multiple times, you guys. Multiple times to make the point that like he really knew what he was talking about. And it's like, but with conspiracy theories like that, or like I didn't have to like talking about astrology. I don't have to pull up like an astrology, whatever study of the stars book in order to prove my point about astrology. I'm just gonna talk to you about it. Like I just don't think it's that deep to pull out anything. But child, he did because he wanted to make that point. How did I react, Keisha? I was like, oh, I have a really good poker face. I'm actually a really good dater. People like can't give themselves compliments. No, I'm actually a really good dater. So when I'm on a bad date with somebody, you would never know that I'm on a bad date. Unless it's like horrendous. Like I can make it through almost anything. But I feel like as women, we're just kind of taught to like appease, especially if you're heterosexual, we're taught to appease a man for like the potential of like danger and such. But I'm very much like oh my gosh, this is the funniest thing I've ever heard in my life. Oh my God, you're the coolest man I ever met in my life. And then I would literally leave that date, delete your number and never talk to you again because I didn't like you. It just kind of depends on what mood I'm in that day. First of all, Kyler, was he going to take your blood? Is that why he wanted to educate you? No, I do not think that. Like I said, he was actually like a really nice guy. He just wasn't my guy, is the thing about it. He wasn't the guy for me. And then I think it's crazy because I'm pretty sure he said his ex-girlfriend was a Pisces too. And this is like the second or third time that I've been on a date with somebody. No, I think that I can think of three different people that I've been on dates with, and their ex-girlfriends were all Pisces. And I was like, because I'm not too dense and like prideful to admit that if you mess with the wrong Pisces, you can get a very bad impression of Pisces, especially Pisces men. Child, straight to hell. So yeah, whenever they say like my ex-girlfriend was a Pisces, I'm like, what type of Pisces was she though? Like, was she perfect and effervescent and the best thing that ever happened to the earth like me? Or not? Because I know it's hard to be me, but whatever. Keisha said, so being pretty watery, how do you balance? Because being so naturally intuitive and picking up on other people's energy, I have a hardcore on off button. So like I said on that date, like how I said that she said, girl, I'm a Pisces moon. It's a lot. It is. So on that date, like I said, I can be the effervescent, cool, best girl you have ever met in your whole entire life. And it's because it's an act of sorts. Like I'm having fun while I'm here and like it's fine, but that's not me. Like I had to learn through getting my feelings hurt so many times and through giving too much of myself to too many people for too long and getting my feelings hurt out of that I cannot just launch myself into relationships with anybody, like platonic or romantic. I have to be very careful about who I give my energy to. And then with my emotions, girl, on the vlog that's being uploaded today, I was crying. It wasn't like a hardcore cry, but I was crying in the vlog because I was talking and I got emotional and I started crying. Like crying is just so second nature and like normal to me. And I realized that it like makes other people uncomfortable or it makes other people like feel like you are like makes other people uncomfortable. But tears are like nothing. Like I was crying and then 2 seconds later I was like, I'm really happy I made that discovery. Wow. Anyways, let's cook dinner. Because crying is really, it's nothing to me. It's just another form of an emotion. Like, I don't know. So, but I am able to understand, like, look, Simone, you have thought this through in your head and taken it from point A to point 135. And you really need to reel it in, babes. You really need to reel it in. So I have developed this habit of taking a step back from situations that like upset me in order to get my thoughts together so that I'm not like lashing out or like being mean or like just not being the best person I can possibly be to somebody. So that is what I do, but I've also kind of taken that to an extreme and it can get to a point where like I don't talk to somebody for like 2 days because this is men generally, where I like won't talk to somebody for days because I'm upset and I don't want to say the wrong thing. And that's not healthy either. But before I was like, why aren't you talking to me? I'm in love with you. Why aren't you talking to me? I love you so much. Not literally, but I was very like, just like a lot. I could understand how intense I could be. Like I finally have a grasp on that now at the tender age of 25. I finally have a grasp on how intense that type of personality can be. So I've really chilled on that a lot. So yeah, having a Pisces, just being a Pisces or a water sign in general it's a lot with the emotional aspect. And then Keisha also said, have you dated a Scorpio? I am loosely seeing a Scorpio now, actually. So far, I really enjoy his vibe. Um, but I've had a lot of curiosity about Scorpios because I have never like really, no, I dated this one Pisces once. Child, that's a story. Now that's a story time. Now that's a story time, babes. When I dated that Pisces baby, now that's a story time. Um, but yeah, I'm seeing the Scorpio. He's actually really cool, but I've always been very interested in Scorpios, especially the men, because of how intense people say they are and other things that they say about Scorpios. I ain't gonna say this on a little live, but also the other things they be saying about Scorpio. I just want to see. I'm curious. So yes. And then someone else said, Vampy said, that's what I'm learning as well. I'm a Virgo. Child. Vampy babes. Um did you know that Pisces and Virgos are exact astrological opposites? All signs have their exact opposite. For Gemini is Sagittarius, and I don't know literally any other opposite. But for Pisces, it's Virgo. My mom is a Virgo. My ex-boyfriend was a Virgo. My brother-in-law is a Virgo. My best friend, one of my really good friends, Jamelia, that was just in the chat, she's a Virgo. I am surrounded by Virgos. I've been raised with them, but it has been my friendship with Jamelia has been the best relationship I've ever had with a Virgo. But she's also a woman. So that's she's a woman and she's my friend because my relationship with my mom like growing up we were just so different and that was hard for me to understand and for her to understand, but as I've gotten older I've been able to kind of like step back and conceptualize our differences, and understand like how they're so deeply rooted in who we literally just are as people. But yeah, being a Virgo, I'm sure y'all are like such a complex sign. I'm gonna leave it there for all my Virgo followers. Follow me and be like, she hating on a little Virgo. I'm not hating on a little Virgo, but me and Virgos, we get along, but it's harder. It's harder. If you ever have dated a Pisces or like had a Pisces close to you, like romantically, then I think you understand what I mean. Now Keisha, you said I like Virgos. I'm sure you do, babes. They're very like as friends. Virgos are really good. It's the intimate relationships that you'll see the more quote unquote negative traits of a Virgo come out, like the closer you are to them. But the more distant relationships, you will probably think that that Virgo. Oh, my father's a Virgo too. Jeez, wow. Let me not do my dad. But yeah, the more intimately close you are to a Virgo, the more you will have like a more solid opinion on said Virgo. Um, Dating your own sign can be educational. Wasn't for me, babes. Wasn't for me, Keisha. Wasn't for me. That has to be a story time. Y'all hold me to it. If I do not film that story time, I always forget because no, I always forget, but I'm gonna do it. Maybe I'll do it for like I do like Monamus every year, like where like I try to upload like for a week straight in Christmas. Maybe I'll make that one of the story times. Child the ghetto baby. Kyler said, TBH, I am an Aquarius and yet to honestly even befriend an Aquarius in so long. But there's Pisces and Virgos everywhere. Do you really feel like there's Pisces everywhere, Kyler? Because I don't. Like, I feel like it's so rare that I meet another Pisces, but kind of the point that you're making, you generally don't attract your own kind. Like, I don't know a lot of signs that attract their own signs to them, with the exception of Scorpios. Scorpios attract each other a lot because that's such intense energy that sometimes you gotta be with someone that's just as intense as you, or like just you're attracted to someone with that same intensity. But yeah, I don't have a Pisces friend. Even like the YouTubers, there are some YouTubers that I follow that I really like. Kyra Amanique, I really like her. She's a Pisces. But I see so much of myself in her that I'm like, which is kind of crazy because you would think that like seeing yourself in another person would like make you identify with them even more. But for me, I'm just kind of like, okay. But here, Kyra, I really like. And then also Smoky Glow, love her, and she's a Pisces, and she's actually married to a Leo, which I think is pretty interesting because I've seen the Pisces Leo combination a handful of times. Child, the astrology guy, the blood type guy, he was a Leo. There was this YouTuber that I used to watch. Her She's not with him anymore, so I'm not gonna like name them because I don't want to like put any bad juju out there. Because they haven't had the most like productive relationship after, to my knowledge. Let me stop talking. I don't know these people, but there is a YouTuber that I watched for a really long time. She just separated from her partner and she's a Pisces. Oh, her too. I love her. You know what? Jayla Majette. Love Jayla. Love Jayla. Now that's someone that I 100% see myself in. It's kind of scary how much I see myself in Jayla. I love her so much. Jayla's ex-husband was a Leo. Is a Leo. He's still alive. um, who else is Leo? Oh, Smokey. Okay, Smokey Glow and her husband, Leo Pisces. Oh, Jackie Ina and Dennis. Dennis is a Pisces and Jackie is a Leo. And I'm just like, I don't get it. I don't get it. I just also like made my first Leo friend like this year. I've never even befriended a Leo before. Like, and when I look at my friendships from like years past, um, they've never been Leos, like ever. So I don't know, but Keisha said that Pisces are very drawn to Leos. Sorry, babes. Sorry, babes. Don't see that. I see it, but when I'm around a Leo, I'm just kind of like, it depends on what type of Leo. Are you a chill Leo, especially the men? I'm really not into like cocky or like very I'm that guy, I'm that dude. Da, 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 da. I'm not attracted to those type of men at all. So therefore Leos and me don't generally. Same thing with Scorpios. That's why I gotta figure out, like, it depends on the type of Scorpio. They have to be a really chill, like cool Scorpio, you know? Um Vampy said, I'm not even sure what Virgos are. I hear about the side you're talking about, but it seems scary. I'm more on the positive side. I'm engaged to a Taurus. Child, y'all relationship is gonna work out for forever. For forever. Something that goes together real good is two earth signs. Now, two earth signs, y'all will have the most stable, committed, normal like, I don't want to like, y'all just like get each other on such an intimate, like implicit rather level. Like, yeah, babes, I could, you and your husband, y'all gonna be all right. But not me talking like I am literally an astrologist. I'm like, but make sure that both of y'all are always remembering to keep things spicy and to not settle into routines and always be at home together. You know, like mix it up, you know, like go skydiving, hire a chef to come cook for you, Google a random meal and and make it, like, I don't know, like get butt naked and dare your partner to run across the street with you butt naked. Like, I don't know. Like, just remember to keep it hot and spicy and fresh because earth signs are so stable that y'all can get a little like but that's not a bad, but boring doesn't always have to be bad. I'm just a water sign and I'm insane. And I'm always like, what's next? What's next? What's next? But you grow. Um, Keisha said the guy Leos are messy. Is it messy? Did you mean messy or meshy? I'm gonna assume messy. And then Keisha also said Virgo and Taurus is a vibe. It is. Y'all gonna be together forever, babes. Together forever. You and him. Okay, everyone, it is 20 minutes before my shoot starts. So I am going to head up out of here, but I appreciated hanging out with you guys so much. Maybe I'll like come on here and do this like more often because this was fun. Did you guys have fun? Hope you had fun. I'm probably going to delete this live. Girl, thank you so much for the advice. Shout out to you, Vampy. No problem. I could talk about astrology for all of life, but I'm like, Simone, let's reel it in. You gotta change your clothes, get set up to film, and do that whole thing. Okay. Kyler has to go do his lab report. Everyone has to go off and like do their thing. I'm happy that we could like spend this time together though and have some fun. Okay. Thank you guys so much for coming here. And if you don't watch my show over on Snapchat, then you can go watch that. If you would like more live more of me live, then myself and my co-host will be live either on our Instagram over at Swipe Talk Show on Instagram or on our TikTok at Swipe Talk as well. Bye, guys. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me.